following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
I never had much planning in this part of the mission for some reason.
I mean, have the shower.
Yep. So I'll have a shower, and by the time the end of the shower, while you're eating, obviously, I'll finish showering. Logan's on his way. Logan's on his way. Get dressed.
And then what was Zalo doing?
Oh,
You were on standby this entire time.
yeah,
Just
perfectly
wondering-
untraumatized Zalo will have gone from sports bar to start touring the clubs and things. It's
Oh,
still doing the same thing it was
no.
doing before.
So
Blissfully.
roll a
Get 'em.
D20.
Nat 20.
He finds him.
Here, I've got this bean right
like
here.
a
Yeah,
ghost.
take the bean.
Bead.
Re-roll. Anyway.
Do they going to get 2 beads?
Like a ghost.
Oh!
Ninjas through the dark.
Are 4s allowed?
Yeah, for this they are, okay.
4.
You don't run into Dishy.
Dishy or
ditchy?
Ditchy.
She's gonna find your apartment soon. She's probably in your room at the moment.
She'll
Tied to your bed.
She'll wait for you to go to bed.
That's
Then have the ship
impressive.
remodeled
Biotics.
so that there's no exit from that section.
That's probably how she got some of those listening devices.
I'm trapped in there. Like I'm in the back rooms.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she just tapped it with her pickaxe
Then you'd
and
be
then
so
took
broken
blocks
it's not
and then
funny.
just
You
covered that
couldn't make
in.
this character at all.
No, you'd be spread too thin.
Way too thin.
Yeah. But still, you know.
Are you planning to go to bed once it passes midnight, or are you still just
Probably like 2, 3.
2 or 3 in the morning, basically?
Yeah. Just
Man,
a-
that's a lot of mini pot.
Huh?
And now we're on Citadel time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3 is almost sunrise. I think it was
Well,
4:35.
2 is closer. Yeah, 2's closer to almost like 4
Oh, okay.
or 3:30
So-
probably. But yeah,
Be like 1 is more like 2 or 3, so yeah, like 1.
yeah.
Just in case there's some late night shenaniganery that goes on.
For crime solving shenanigery.
So yeah, Logan arrives at the apartment. Oh, not apartment. The
That's alright, I called it an apartment by mistake.
Yeah.
Cabin.
cabin. Yeah.
Buzz you in.
Check camera off.
The camera's got a big fucking towel stuffed all around it.
First of all, good job. I know it can't have been easy. I think you should both get a bonus for having to do that kind of stuff. I had a little chat with the boy. An intense, deep discussion of philosophy, politics, and life.
Rat-a-tat-tat, bitch.
And he has agreed to keep to himself and not do that anymore.
Oh. Well, I'm glad he's seen the error of his ways.
Well, he certainly saw them, yes. I believe when you die, you're supposed to get a flashback of your whole life.
I don't know if you had that much time. It was a very quick death.
Well, I think there's a lensing effect that would happen as your brain desperately tries to deny that it's in several bits.
The part of it's flying out the other end.
Now, I did manage to get some additional information. First of all, though, the gem, is that real?
Is it real?
That one's real.
Yep.
Check the chip that's hidden behind it to make sure that I just didn't get fucked with big time by Logain's future wife.
You can't get in from the back. You'd have to remove the gem itself somehow.
Wait, it's an Asari thing you can't get in from the back?
It's not gay. So you'd have to get a small tool of some kind, or
Zolo's a small tool.
pry that out to maybe get to it.
Fabricate a little wedge. Oh yeah,
Takes a
Cranston the
little time
Monsanto
and
tool.
some pressure, and it pops out, and there is a little chip in behind.
You go check that out, make sure it's my phony baloney list.
There was a little recess in the deliberately built into
Yep.
the thing to put the
Right, so what was
all
behind
down
all of
chat.
this shenaniganry? Rover, you need to know. So I'll tell you now. That woman wasn't auctioning off dresses. That was a front.
Yeah, no, the list is the same one as you.
Good.
Awesome. Well, that explains the price tag, because those dresses kind of sucked for 7 million credits.
You wanna
They
hold this?
weren't too bad.
That's $7.5 million's worth.
You're holding a $7.5 million chip.
Put it back in the necklace. Put the gem back, and yeah, this is.
Okay.
It's not as powerful as my one, I'm thinking.
So...
No, I don't think it was.
It's more powerful than yours, but not as powerful as the Athame
This
star.
is more powerful than mine.
Yeah.
Right, you definitely want to hang on to
Then
that.
I'm hanging on to this. Do they add together if I have both?
Stack. If we cut them into like one piece of chalk.
You only have one mix slot.
Don't do a stump and wear two, they'll fucking explode.
This is probably like to
I don't have ears!
to use D&D as an analogy. If you've got 2 rings of protection on, only the highest value
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's like that.
It's like that in most of the other stuff as well, with biotics and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you got to try, I guess.
Gotta put it on.
So that has been solved. I've met someone interesting.
Yes.
Is it our Batman?
So is she what she... Is she who she says she is? Well, is she what she says she is?
I'm not 100% certain, but my friend is familiar with her.
Ah!
So I don't know if that means, yes, it's someone I've been looking for some time, pop, pop. Or if that means, yes, we hang around and play snooker together on the weekends.
Did they know our other friend?
I didn't get anything back on that. Oh, do you mean, did she know?
Did she know
Captain Peg Pelvis.
lack of sleep, man?
I can sleep, man. Gonzalez. Oh, yes.
Rosa's just
you
literally
actually
looking
did
back
make
and forth
this
between them. Rosa's just looking back and forth between them as they talk.
It's like, what is this strange code?
Oh,
Just really
our
wish I had
favourite,
more spaghetti.
favourite Turian who joined us at the restaurant with the award ceremony. You know the one that
Okay.
you...
No,
the other one you enjoyed inviting.
I've got to keep an eye on them and protect them.
With the newspaper that cut out holes.
Oh. Right.
It's a good way of gauging if someone could be in a certain organization or not, I've discovered.
How? I don't want to know.
You're mad.
So,
Anyway, so had a little chat. Got some information off of him as well. So it turns out that this Praxis guy stands to inherit everything if the truth comes out about... What's his name? It's not Ayala. Aisha? Aida? Hazmat?
Matriarch Anika?
Anika? Yeah, but if this truth comes out about Anika and that, so he may need to be implicated in the crime.
If he ends up still marrying the sister, then
is it any part of our business that Asari that organized the accident?
What?
She led the guy right onto the hollow path and then it cut off his legs. Are we worried about her?
Well, I mean, he was there to get the ceremony for
this is
winning
what
the thing, I
this is
believe.
his new friend.
Oh.
You know, that was impressive work. Really impressive work.
So he needs to be implicated.
I'm not sure we have to do that.
Your friend may?
And if not, there's someone waiting on the Citadel who's going to get a big dump of information. And Messianus Therita probably also wants... I pick up an Omni tool, a bunch of videos that pervert took of him abusing women. Just in
Brilliant.
case he doesn't live up to his end of the deal.
She'll have a very hard time not doing.
Are you going to
Rosa will actually go, Psh, you should have taken a walk out of an airlock.
Are you going to scatter across the table the toys you found on him? Or are you going to keep those?
I think that would actually just draw... Oh, by the way, you were right. He did have a little thing.
Well, he tried...
And he also did confess to trying to drug some women on the cruise.
I spilled this drink. You tried to...
Did you liberate him of that item?
Yes, I have it.
Say no more.
Well, I guess that means we have one now.
As long as no one else knows we've got one, unless we need to use it. I do remember the rules.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to sit down with a certain someone and do a lot of explaining when we get back.
Oh.
She's going to be very disapproving.
So
I'll fall on this grenade.
So I take it we keep acting like we haven't seen what's his face and we're waiting for him to...
I think it would be very believable with those who know him that he tried to go a bit too far and you both decided you were going to... that no career was worth the kind of abuse he was trying to do. And you slapped him and you left him behind and you went on and you don't want to see him again. Don't deny that something happened.
Actually, what we can do as well is we can message his mother and say we don't want part of this. We thought we could, but we can't. We're not going to give you the names either. I don't care about our careers. It's not worth it.
While she's doing that, I'm just going to surreptitiously put Matriarch's Omni tool on and start synthesizing a voice overlay for her.
What?
Yeah, I can do it silently enough. 34.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to set up a little auto response thing. It's just like, I'm not going to answer my Omni tool. I'm sick.
You get a message, by the way.
Oh, on her Omni tool.
No, it would be your one making.
Okay, so when I actually put mine back on after I've done that. Oh, mine or Cranston's?
Yours.
I wouldn't put that back on right now.
Oh, then you won't get a message then.
Unless you
I'll have
mix
to wait
them
till
up
I
as
get
your-
back to my apartment. Nah, mine's an Amali council, and there's no way I'd mix it up with a generic peasant Omni tool. Can you imagine?
You're just slopping them out and you picked up the wrong one. Because they're all in your box, aren't they?
They're in my pocket here. It's possible, but I don't think I'd make that mistake right now.
You wouldn't want to be caught with Logain's and Ritual anyway.
I mean, I'll check it when I get back to my room, so it's all good.
Filthy irregular.
Yep, so I'll send that message.
Yeah.
Nothing will come back because he hasn't got it lined up yet, so...
Yeah, I'm going to have to make a habit of regularly checking their Omni tools and so I can carry on the facade that they're alive, and then I'm going to... Because I've copied like a lot of the stuff off of their tools, contacts, and that onto mine. So before we leave, I'm just going to ditch their Omni tools.
Because you won't need them.
And they're also... Like, if they're powered on, they could be traced to a place.
Yeah.
So,
And it's incriminating.
So, yeah. Well, enjoy the rest of your trip. I hope nothing else comes up. I think we should still listen into their second meeting, which I believe is tomorrow?
Today, later on.
I need sleep.
Yes.
It's that time of week I need sleep. Well, if anything comes up, just get in contact with your manager, ladies.
Thank you, Cranston.
Hopefully you'll never have to do anything like that again.
You're right.
Good day, Mr. Labonte.
I'm just glad you didn't ask me to check through his head. I don't think I could have handled that. I would have killed him.
Chad and I were talking was it last week?
Yeah.
And I think we were like, man, Tiala just about almost at least even just glances to hear the thoughts of anybody. But she's just avoiding this
There's a
guy.
reason why I'm doing it, because I know if I did,
Yeah.
she hasn't taught me how to mount brains, but I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
Yeah, my impression was if she did, if she saw what was going in his head, crushed into a cube.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'd figure it out pretty
It'd be
quick.
one of those involuntarily like, ah!
Yep.
Oops.
It's one of those deep space singularities. They happen sometimes.
That's why I was concerned.
I mean,
the
like,
other
micro
there's
black holes
matriarch
appear on
minds,
Earth all the damn time. So
which is the one that
why
you're
not?
concerned about. I was concerned that reading them, I had to do
They're
it,
so
but
small they can't do anything.
which is as bad as you were explaining, but had to be done.
Right, go back to my apartment and go through every Omni tool I possess, one after the other. Once, I do. Well, first of all, I do some naked Tai Chi in front of the bed.
The message that was for your one was just a simple "it's done" from Crane. That's all it was. But none of the others have anything on them.
GLHF. Okay, then I set up with each of their Omni tools. I set up a basic for her it's like I'm feeling ill. I'm just gonna try and sleep it off. For Dad, it's on another call, like that busy thing you get when someone's on a call. And for Son, fucking nothing.
Because no one's going to try to reach him.
Because no one's
The only ones who would really call him for the most part are the two other people that you have the Omni tools for.
I mean, I guess I could fake some traffic and such, but yeah. And the great
You,
thing
of
is
course,
with her
get
Omni tool, I
Tiala's-
don't have to pick the lock on her door.
You get Tiala's
You get my message.
message
Oh.
from hers that's about like we're backing out. We can't handle Chode. Cho.
Okay, let's see. Can I look through some of her message history to try and get an idea of how she writes responses?
She's very formal and
You'll never work in this town again.
serious.
Okay, so how would I would reply back to Tiala with something along the lines of, if you feel that is what is best, then I will not try and dissuade you from your course of action. I wish you success with your future endeavors. It's a very WWE line, which basically means fuck you. And I won't send that until the morning because she wouldn't just respond to you at fuck o'clock at night. Oh my god, what a tangled web. I'm having fun. How are you guys doing? Shannon, you haven't done anything tonight. I feel bad.
Well, I'm just sitting there going, Rosa still thinks he's alive, but he's been educated.
So do on the same.
Just because of the way it was worded.
I was being nice and not rolling.
Well, I mean, I've been pretty successful keeping you out. Like, alarmingly so. I feel that this is a thing now, right?
No.
It's totally a thing.
I respect
You mean like how Sphero just trusts Sulu?
Just like that! Just like that, but with like Logain, who's less cool
Hey, look,
than Sophia. Oh god, I'm a failure at everything.
hey, look, the only thing I've had going for me is I keep spotting these spectre attacks everywhere.
That's kind of alarming.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Danger sense.
yes, and then I will get some sleepy buys.
I'm guessing the girls are getting some sleepy buys.
Yes.
It is past midnight technically on the.
I mean, it was when we
Exactly.
educated the guy, just that one guy.
Zalo, before you head home, you were approached by a Solarian.
Oh?
Yeah.
Is it a familiar Solarian?
Did he have an afro?
Or did
I
I...
don't think you've seen him before.
And I did facilitate the trading of informations from him and a certain Krogan? It's not that Solarian? Okay. How can I
That
help,
guy's
friend?
probably dead by now.
Hello there, sir. You look like a smart individual.
I am.
I have a product I was interested in selling.
Oh no, it's this
I
guy!
was thinking perhaps you, being a rich person who was on this ship, could perhaps invest in my new invention.
Shield.
Potentially. What's this device? What's this invention?
It's a zero time condenser.
A what?
Observe. He pulls out the small triangular device and then he throws it on the deck of the ship. and
That's
you
nice.
see probably about 5 meters away, actually, because if you throw it, it lands, and then you see a bubble of about 3 meter radius form around it, and he points and he goes, everything within that bubble, time has frozen.
I would have thrown a watch in there first.
Most useful, yes.
If it works, how do you...
But can you see anything moving in there?
Throw something into
Is there
it.
anything in there?
Not really.
Throw something-
There's a chair. There's some.
Grab some, like, bar peanuts.
But he has to say bar peanuts.
So they hit the edge of the field, and then they seem to like drop off sooner. Like the trajectory drops off sooner. They don't immediately just drop down, and they don't freeze in the air, but they just it just drops off sooner.
How?
It's frozen time inside.
And wouldn't they not drop at all?
Yeah, but they dropped, but it was different. Wouldn't they, like, stop if they weren't experiencing
Well, I
time?
mean, if you inflict momentum on it, of course things will still move through it.
But momentum requires time.
It-
It's a function of the calculation. You can't not have it.
And then it's a couple of passengers come around and just walk through it, and then there's like a little light, and then they just keep walking. They come out the other side, and they're like, "Well, I was like, man, that felt weird." Yeah, I know, right? What is
They
that?
both got cancer.
My things tingle.
Normally, I'm very much a fan of mad science, and I think that's what that might be. But I don't think I can invest.
Oh, I mean, like I said, if people put momentum through it, of course it stops freezing time.
My God, there you go.
Can I interest you in some ship shares? I have some shares in
I have
that
a-
bridge
I
over there.
have
You didn't make a shield by chance.
I don't have that context.
No, I'm pretty sure we told you about the shield, didn't we?
Yeah, but I wouldn't put that together with this guy, I don't think.
And we actually just said that Atul got sold a mega
That's
shield.
right.
We didn't
Yeah.
specify.
I'm sorry, my friend, I don't think I can invest. I'm looking for investment of my own.
No. Very well. Goes over and collects.
And having more luck than you, it seems.
And then
Back to bear.
he steps in and goes to reach, and then just does that. And then his eyes slowly towards you. He's like, huh?
I am interested
Turns it
into
off.
exactly what it does that caused them to drop off faster.
Yeah.
Like, what does it actually do? Because that might be an effect we want.
Especially something in front of a sniper. If you fire your shot off, then you throw it in front of you.
So that my shot drops?
No, after you fire your shot, so that at least... Or if it activate,
That is a thing. It could actually be
activate
useful
and
for helping to
deactivate.
deflect bullets
Yeah.
or something.
So you fire it off, and then you activate it, so at least anything's fired at you.
Zolo, I hate to tell you how to run your character, but, like, do you think maybe this sort of technological inquiry might stimulate some kind of thinking?
It might.
What it needs to stimulate is a conversation where you start writing math down on bar napkins and comparing notes.
Then you spill water over it, and it's lost
Picks it up,
forever.
turns it off, and puts it inside this little container he had on his back belt.
I'll tell you what,
Like
friend.
6 of them in it. Well, including that one.
Come back over here, and I'll at least pay for a drink.
Pay for a drink, you say?
Wait.
You wish to discuss business opportunities?
Maybe. For now, let's discuss the device.
Okay.
And now I want to just... And instead of going to bed around this mystical 1 o'clock time, I wish to inveigle conversation with him and try to, maybe try to draw out some little secrets of his.
I have another device. It's not yet complete, but it might be interesting to you.
Okay.
It sends you back in time 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
And that's a
It's King Crimson.
small device you have?
Yes, and I'm working on it here. See, but what you have to do is you have to hold this button for 10 minutes.
I get it.
Yep.
Wait, but wouldn't that just put me forward in time 10 minutes from when I started to press the button?
Time's compressed.
Well, so you would think.
Because
Well, can I
It's
test
part
it?
of the Futurama game.
Yeah, exactly that. I think they had it was a big crank thing.
You had to crank it for 10 minutes. You just get tired.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try to talk to him about his initial device while I'm there holding this other device for 10 minutes.
What if it works?
Yeah.
So
We're
what do
breaking
you want to
something
know
in time.
about the zero time dilation device?
Well, I'm interested in what it did to those peanuts I threw into it.
It made the time stop with them.
No.
Except the inertia stopped it. If the peanuts were completely stationary within there, then time would be frozen.
Yes, but it still altered the trajectory. Something's happening there, and I'm interested. I'm a racer, so trajectory is one of my things.
If we design a race, and then we sculpt them into blue shells that we can throw at each other.
See, I suspect I might be mostly fruitlessly conversing with this guy for a long time.
Okay.
And trying very much not to slip back into Zalo and talk about
Hey, at the end of the
science.
10 minutes, what happens?
Yeah, what
Is it
happens at the
nothing?
end of the 10
Nothing.
minutes?
Then you
It goes bing.
Well, check the time. I think this device is bust.
Yeah. It's in prototype stage.
I think your problem is you're thinking too much about time and not enough about space. That's where it's at. More being
Well, the problem is
relative to-
everything's whipping around so quickly that if you were to actually jump in time but not change space, you would just end up in space.
Well, deep. You know,
Unless
actually, the
something
problem
else
might
was
be that you're on a
conveniently-
ship. Technically, everything's moving.
Of course,
Everything
that's
in the
probably
universe is
interfering with
moving,
my
too.
device.
You need to factor in the spin of the universe as well.
Well, if I could just alter the galactic constant.
He will say that, rubbing his chin and looking upward sagely.
So, it's like,
Stop.
I think
what
I-
would happen if
Just
you
stop.
just did that?
Stop. Sentence early. Do not make a
I
supervillain.
may have to take the Solarian into a little boat I know.
And I'm likely just going to end up getting drunk with the Solarian. Bed.
At least you wouldn't have to use a bullet on them. You just let them go in there first, shut the door.
He could use his time stop device to not be sucked out into space.
True. It would work that time.
Totally works.
It actually works in a vacuum. That's the secret.
That's the scene. It only works in a vacuum. See, shut.
If you happen to find yourself at a Lagrange point,
Who will be waking up first in the...
For once, it's not me.
It's definitely not me now.
Be one of us two.
I mean, by default.
Likely one and then the other.
We'll say, like, is anybody getting up at 0400? That's pretty early, I'm guessing not. 0500.
Probably 0600 closer.
0600?
Probably 0500 and ordering breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Mum spaghetti?
No! Like eggs Machiavellian or something.
Spaghetti is not a breakfast food. It's supposed to see someone get dismembered food.
Gosh.
Yeah, you order breakfast.
Uh-huh. And that'll be like, just like, Tiala. You want anything for breakfast? Tiala.
Yes, it's well, breakfast.
Boobs over easy.
Yes. Is it here or?
It's not here yet, but I did order a lot, so
Okay,
I hope you like bacon and eggs and sausage and stuff.
So do you like bacon, eggs, and sausage?
Like, two of those things are my favorite breakfast foods. You get toast, you get eggs, you get sausage. It's perfect.
Your
hash browns, man.
Your breakfast will arrive, or the doorbell will ring, I should say.
Hi.
I'm really
Okay, so spot check as soon as the door opens.
No one's coming. It's huge. It's a lot
It's
of
the
food.
same as Sarigo, but it's just a mega portions.
So you took,
Why you no blink?
you took your spaghetti.
I think
sausage
what we're
to
going to
heart.
have to do is empty all the dice that aren't the D20s out and just charge the D20.
Well, that's a 7, so 17.
Nice.
This isn't your normal. This is a different Asari from who's been serving you so far.
She got
Um,
fired. No.
It's
She
it's
looks-
not It's not one of the ones I recognise. Like from
No, but she does look familiar. She looks a little bit like that Asari that told the winner
to
of
stand.
the auction to go and stand on their
Cool.
hard light projection. Hello. I brought you breakfast.
Don't eat it.
Well, at this point, Rosa would just like visibly stop, and it's just like it's going through her head. It's like, is she here to kill me? Again, said this was a friendly. It's just,
There are no
Do
hard
you want
light
me to bring
projectors
this in
around.
and put it down for you?
yes, certainly. Tiala,
Don't yell that name.
She just did instinctively.
breakfast is here.
Oh,
Do you actually yell Tiala?
Probably, since she
Okay.
expects there's probably like a gun under the tray.
I'll message Logain. Rosa just used my name. Something's up.
Here's your
Well, I guess
breakfast.
I'm awake.
Yep. Sorry.
She places it on a little table.
Rosa probably steps back to the side of the room that's opposite Tiala, so if there is a gun, she can only have it trained on one of us.
Gun, clothing, leaving.
Well, there you go. Enjoy.
Stall.
I was told to bring you extra portions today for some reason. Oh, sorry, the normal girl wasn't feeling too well.
I wonder why.
I think she saw that horrible accident that happened last night. It's
pity.
up to her.
You
Oh,
don't
well.
feel bad about
Wait,
that.
I'm really close, so I can get there fairly quickly.
I wasn't there. But I heard it was awful. Oh well. Enjoy your breakfast.
Before you go,
Mm-hmm.
would you like to remove your listening devices first? That would be very much appreciated.